voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the ways. Oh, let me show you all the ways. Yeah, let me show you all the ways. Taken by the words that you say. The voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the way. Show you all the ways, yeah. Let me show you all the ways. Oh.
peoples of the planet. We are back. How are you guys doing? Are you guys ready for Black Friday? Are you guys have money to spend on a bunch of stuff? Welcome everybody. Oh boy. Let me see. The Yag was the first one to show up. Welcome to the stream, man. Mr. Syrian, welcome. Mystic Cities, welcome, dude. Rosies, welcome to the stream, my man. Hitmax, welcome, dude. What else? There we go. And everybody else, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Let's put the things here. Oh, baby. We don't have Black Fridays? No way, dude. No way. I think Friday, I don't know. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date on Discord because I need to go work in the morning and I probably gonna leave there. I think will be like 8:30, 8 or 8:30. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna pretty much be working all day long. So maybe Friday, this stream is gonna be a little bit late. Normally I start at 8, so I keep you guys up to date on Discord. Whatever happens, I tell you guys whatever, you know, the time I get home. I just need maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes to eat something, and then I can start streaming. Let's see if I'm not super tired, right? But that's what's happening Friday. I just want to see, man. People are gonna go crazy because where I work, we sell computer parts. So we have motherboard, CPU, memory, like you name it, we have it. Water cooling, everything, right? So we have more stuff. We have laptops, we have TVs, it's pretty much like an electronics store, but we have everything for computers, right? We even have like Raspberry Pis and everything in there. So power supply, everything, dude. So I just want to see Friday what's gonna happen. When I look at brought up, who Mystic? You? Okay, let me remember where we stopped here. Oh, when a hookah brought it up. Oh, dude, I have hook me up. We have discounts for employees, but it's barely nothing. Like, it's not even worth it, the discounts that I get when we get a discount, because most of parts. So let's say if we have a deal, let's say it's a memory or it's a CPU, right? Whatever it is. If the thing is on sale, our discount is nothing at all. So it's really difficult to get something that actually makes sense, right? Maybe you're gonna get, I don't know, maybe a case or a power supply or maybe an external hard drive. Maybe you get, I don't know, $5–10 off. Like $10 will be like a super good deal for employees, right? But I don't know. I don't even care about that. Normally what I do, if I'm buying there, sometimes it's even better because they do price matching, right? So I don't even use my employee discount. I just go to Amazon or Newegg, and if they have lower prices, I just tell the guys, hey, you need to match this price here for me. So they match the price and then I buy it. Okay, so one thing that's in my way right now to release this game for you guys is that I'm having issues with Socket.io working on mobiles. I was reading some forums and people were saying, oh, if you're using Socket.io in a mobile and your website doesn't use HTTPS, that's actually the case for the bot, you're gonna have that issue. So I am thinking like, should I just go and buy a certificate, like a SSL certificate for the bot? Because I don't know, if I go out and buy the certificate and that doesn't solve the problem, then I just spend money for nothing, right? So I was kind of hoping that one of you guys would have experience with that. So if you guys know if actually there is a problem with HTTP and HTTPS when working on mobile, the return, welcome to the stream, man. You don't need to buy, you could get one free one. Where can I get a free one? Are you sure? Because the cheapest ones that I saw was $10, I think, or $9. Started at a server motherboard, 64 gig of RAM. Damn, son. You can make a SSL start. Yes, but the thing is, well, if you mean like a free one, do one that's signed by me. I don't know if that would work, but yeah, I could generate a certificate. But then, because normally when you go to browsers and you have a certificate that auto-signed by you, it actually asks you, do you really want to go for this certificate? So I don't know if that would get in the way of the mobile. So that's why I was thinking to actually buy one really cheap that's actually not signed by me and see if that would solve it. But I'm gonna do a little bit more research before I do that, right? Just make one to test. Yeah, I guess I could. Oh, the return, if you wanna send a link, just whisper to me or Yag or Mr. Syrian, we can copy and paste the link. Yeah, Mystic Cities too. You can Mystic Cities also can post links. It's already cheap on Black Friday. So here's what I want to do, guys. At least at this point, when we are doing so login, start game. So if you guys look here, see that this is actually the game. It's trying to remove my XP, and that's my ID in the bot. So it's actually, when you do a login, is everything hard-coded for my name and everything. That's why I'm not typing the username and password. So it's actually removing my XP before it let me play it. So on the editor, the socket.io works completely fine. But in a mobile, the game just gets minimized, right? And then you need to go to the apps, click on the app again. But as soon as you click on the app and try to log in, it minimizes the app. So not sure what's going on with that one. Thinking of getting a new PC? Rosies? From the boyfriend? What do you mean? A new PC from the boyfriend? So you're gonna get his PC? This is what you're saying? I'm not gonna buy anything. If I buy anything Black Friday, it would be a case, right? Because I have another computer. I don't know if you guys remember, I had a computer in the corner here, all the parts. So I have all the parts for it, but I don't have the case. So if I buy anything, I'm gonna maybe buy a $50 case for it, and that's it. Computer junkyard after Friday. It's super cheap. Yeah, so this is what I want to do. I kind of want to work a little bit on these buttons here. And when the game is going, the next will be available to you, right? Next is available, blah, blah, blah. And okay, so at this point here, the game is done. The next and the pause should go away, right? Why not? Welcome to the stream, my man. Just use pizza boxes. So let's try to do that. I just want to see who would be managing that. Maybe the panels manager. Let me just do one thing here, guys. I have one file here that has some info that I cannot show in the stream. Okay, I got that out. Okay. So tiles manager, that will be, I believe, the panel manager, our panel manager. Who is it? Who is it? New Noise Works. Thanks for the host, man. Everybody from New Noise, welcome to the stream. Crude Wall, welcome to the stream, man. I don't know if you're lurking or what. Who was it? Who was it? Mr. Syrian. Lilybite, welcome to the stream. New Noise Works. Dude, thanks for the host, man. Appreciate it. Really do. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I was telling the guys the issue that I am having with the game right now. We are just working in a little mobile game, right? And the the issues that I'm having is the socket.io works completely fine on the editor, but as soon as I put that on the mobile, it doesn't work, right? This game is gonna be connected to the bot, so when you guys are playing, it's gonna have like overlays that goes off in the stream. So in the editor, it talks with the bot with no problem through socket.io. When I actually do the build and send it to the mobile, to the phone, because of the socket, it doesn't work. So I'm doing some investigations on it. People were saying, I was telling you guys earlier, people were saying that if we use socket.io in a mobile and the socket.io is using HTTP, it would not work. And my bot actually is working with HTTP. I don't have a SSL on it, a SSL certificate. But I want to be sure that that would solve it because I don't want to spend money on a certificate and end up, you know, not being it. How's your game going along, Jeffster? Lilybite, it's good. It's good. It's just like this little issue that I'm having with the socket.io, but besides that, it's good. At least this one, right? I'm assuming you're asking this one, not the multiplayer survival one. You should own the domain so you can generate SSL. Using Let's Encrypt OpenSSL. I will take a look in that return. Do you know a website that does? Because I have a bunch of domains that I own. If they generate SSLs, if I own the domain, I could use any of those. Let me know if you have a link. If you have a link, send to Mr. Syrian or Mistake or any of the mods. They can copy and paste in the chat. Thanks for blowing my speakers. WebSockets are painful. Well, they are like, watch. It's working. It's on mobile, right? So if I do a login here and I start the game, see that the bot here is actually removing the XP from user, and this is my ID. This is my Twitch ID actually, right? So I'm using the Twitch ID to know which player is what. And Claycree just leveled to level 42, dude. X Rosie's level 14. Mystic City 67. Dang. So yeah, it's the bot here is receiving the socket calls and everything. The problem only happens when I build and send that to the mobile. I was just dealing with the headaches. Unity www library, parsing JSON files incorrectly. Dude, are you using because I'm kind of using two type of JSONs. Where is the little library that we are creating here? Where is it? System maybe? API lib. So I was using, so see, everything here works completely fine. So I'm using JSON object, that's one library for to parse JSON, and I'm also using JSON utility from Unity, right? Because this one works fine if you have a class. So it makes super easy, right? You just have this class, you send the generic as that class, and wherever the string is going to try to parse that that JSON string and create the object for you already. And with JSON object, I'm doing this to actually send over the data to the bot. So I'm just creating a dictionary, and then that dictionary sends in here. And then when I get the info in the bot, I guess I can show you guys. Let me just mount my server disk here. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. So see, I have everything hard coded, but this is actually being called. So this user login authorized, right? So right here, user login authorized is actually running this. And then when we get this from the bot, we just raise event use authenticated. And then when the authentication runs, it actually gives us, after the authentication, it's pretty quick though, but so right here, right? If it wasn't hard-coded, you would enter your name, your password, and then after you log in, that's when I got the authentication already. And when I click start game is when it takes my XP out, right? So it works fine on the editor though. Raw WebSocket library with using JSON utility from JSON. Fine in iOS in the editor, but then stopped work on WebGL. And are you sure that was the parsing of the JSON? Because I know that sockets are picky as well when you're working with WebGL. I don't even know if they work or if there's a workaround to make sockets work with WebGL. At least I saw some people talking about it. I don't know if there's a solution for it. Copy paste hardcode JSON string, so then was the JSON. C file data. Your data is dynamic. Yeah, I know that WebGL is really, really picky. Maybe what's happening is that your JSON string is not being received, right? Maybe you're receiving an empty because the call that you're trying to do is not returning anything. But that assuming, maybe, I don't know if you debug the string to see if you are actually getting the string. Because if you're trying to parse an empty string, let's say you do the call that receives the empty string, that's gonna fail. Oh, you check for that? Okay. Yeah, so then if you're actually getting the string and being not parsing it, then it's just weird. I wrote a regular socket server to accept WebSockets. Nice, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to write my own because I just want to get the game done. So I end up using the sockets that I'm using here. Asset store. I'm just using this little library here. Socket.io. I'm using this one. Right. It probably is like very outdated and it may have bugs on it. Maybe that's why it's not working, but hey, it's free, right? If anything, I may go and fix it, but I got the link, man. I got the link. Mr. Syrian, thank you. The return, thanks for the link, bro. Appreciate it. Let's encrypt.org. Open SSL. Cool, man. I'm gonna take a look on that later. Okay, let's try our panels here. Panels manager. Text. So let's double check what we have here. So what is this? This is just a panel, so it would be a transform, and this is just a panel as well. I made a button, but I'm not using Unity buttons. I kind of did my own buttons. I don't really need everything that Unity gives to us. So I'm literally just implementing iPoint clicker and raising an event when you click in that panel. So that's why I'm not using. Maybe I'm gonna use Unity buttons later, but it will do the job now. So the panels here, let's do finicky about the protocol. Yeah, I can imagine. Public transform. This is going to be start game. Yeah, sockets, you need to be super careful with sockets, right? If you get them stable, it's just magical, right? Because things just happen magically, like looks like that's instant, like feels that, you know, there. But if you're having issues with sockets, it's a nightmare to fix it until you figured it out where the issue is. It's just crazy. No, yeah, you can post, man, no problem. This is gonna be pause. Button, public, transform. Next round. Button. It's funny, all the three variables are the same exact length, the name. Seems super scary. It's not that scary, new noise. It's not that difficult. Yeah. Let's put it this way. Writing a very simple socket server, it's easy. Making it super robust and adding functionality and all that stuff, you know, the more you get it, the more features you get in that socket server, the more complicated it becomes. But if you're just talking about a socket that's listening for a call and sending calls out, it's not super difficult, right? I meant WebSocket server. Yeah, if it's a simple one, it's fine. Like everything else, right? If it's super simple, it's not super difficult. The problem is the features that you start doing on it. It could be the same thing for a game, right? Any game that you're making, if the game is very, very simple, it doesn't have a lot of features, it's not difficult to make. But the more features you start adding to the game, the more difficult it becomes, because you have all these different parts that everything needs to work together in the game, right? So let's say you have an item, and then you have a crafting system, and then you have like a blueprint system, you have an inventory. So every little thing, it needs to work in tandem all together. And that's what makes it more complex, per se. Not difficult, but complex. The same thing with, like you're saying, you were making a WebSocket. The complexity comes with the features, right? The simpler it is, the less complex it becomes. There's no simple socket server. Well, simple in a sense of you have the server and it receives call, listen for events, and call out, emit and call it. That's what I'm saying. You could, like this library here, where is it? It's super simple. I guess we need to define simple, right? Because to me, socket.io component, go to definition. There we go. This is it. WebSocket, you create a WebSocket, connect to it. And of course, this is kind of like a client type of thing. But you don't need a lot more than this, right? To make it a server. I guess a little bit more functionality here, you could call it a server. But the meat here is just this WebSocket here that you're creating, right? Well, but this, if you're yeah, there's a little bit more code you would have to add here to run the server and do the port and the network stuff, but it's not, well, maybe it's not easy, but I guess it's not easy. Okay, you guys convinced me. So where's my panel manager here? Okay, so I need to set those guys. Let me lock this. Socket.io. Steve to me, yeah. Yeah, I bet that's, I guess it's not that simple, but if you want something that actually works in the real world, login panel, pause game panel, start game, and this one next round. Let me rename that. Round. For your reference later. Oh yeah, thanks Yag. Oh, did Yag paste the link? Why Yag didn't paste the link? Why didn't you paste the link, Yag? Where's my panel here? Okay, panel manager. And one thing that I'm doing on this game, guys, I don't know if you notice, but I don't have anything on the update. Nothing. The only thing that I have on update is not even related with the game. Let me show you. And I'm doing it on purpose. The only update that I have in the game is this one right here. And you know why I need to run this? Because of the bar that goes, because I want like a smooth bar, right? So when you click next, this bar that goes here, that's the only thing that's running in an update, right? Everything else in this game, it just happens based on events. So everything in this game fires an event. And if someone is listening for it, it will do something. So nothing runs on the update. If you guys want to know the events library that I'm using, you could go item system. Actually, let me give you guys my GitHub account. So if you go to the item system here, assets, item system, and events, that is the event that I'm using, right? And this is the same one that I use in my game, and the same one when I say my game is the survival game, right? This is the same exact one. So if you guys want to play around it, just go for it. Give it the bar physics, fix the update. Oh, which link? Oh, now I see it. I didn't see. I almost missed your link. Mistake. Dude, I cannot wait. When you're gonna have an alpha? I wanna play already. So you just need to touch them to open. I want an alpha build of it. That's looking good, man. Ambient occlusion. I see it. I see that ambient occlusion right there. Dude, it's looking... I like it. I like where it's going. E to interact. Sweet glow. Yeah. I like it, dude. I really do. I forgot what I was going to do here. What I was going to do... Oh, I was showing you guys the bar, right? Yeah. So, yeah, that's the only update. But look here. Everything is an event. So everything that this guy cares about, he's listening for it. Right? 2 minutes left? What's the link? What is the link? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, the screenshot of Yag's bot? Why Yag didn't paste that himself? He should be able to do it. Is that the link that you guys are talking about? Oh, there you go. Yagbot. Is this link? This looks good, man. Is this one that you guys are talking about? An alpha by December or January? I would say January, right? Because you have like Christmas and stuff, but yeah, dude. I don't see the link, Hitmax. You need to whisper one of the mods if you want to send the link. Me or any one of the mods, they can copy and paste the link for you because I don't see the links. In my chat, this is what I see it. See? No, this one. Deleted link. I don't even see it. So I don't click on it by mistake. Because when you send to the mods, what happens is they look it up the link. If it's something fine, they're gonna paste to me, and then I go and open. Because we had problems already because of people coming and posting links that were not appropriate, or the links were like a virus or something. So yeah, that's why. Okay, let me see here. Where is my panels? We need to remove those buttons. Nope, that's not it. Panel manager. Let me lower the thing a little bit here. Clay Cree. Got to be the boss, my man. So how can I... Because I don't want to add anything to the update, right? I could literally just add something to the update and check if the game is running. Just hide this button. But since I don't have any update, I need to figure it out. D4V1D11. Thanks for the follow, bro. Welcome to the stream. Since I don't have any update, it needs to be based on events. Maybe... in the game manager, just for fun, on start, let's do private numerator game tick, and let's do return Kofu. Thanks for the follow, man. Kofu. Time's up. You missed it. Sorry, man. Sorry that I missed it. Return new. Wait 4 seconds. Let's do a game tick like every half a second. And then let's do this. While true, that's gonna happen. And then on start, we want to say start coroutine game tick. And then we need to create the event for this thing. DV101? No. DVD? D4D? I don't know. I don't know if he's playing around. Let us know, man. Let us know if there's a deep meaning on your username. Event game tick. Event. Everything has a deep meaning, huh? Okay, save that event. Then we're gonna do event messenger dot instance dot raise new game tick. Like that. So we have our game tick. and go to definition. We need a variable here. Private boolean is game running, public boolean game running, and then private set equals value. Oops. Then public game tick. We need a boolean is game running. Is game running equals is game running. And then the game manager was just a plain text. I knew it that you were trolling. I knew it that you were trolling with me, bro. Is game running. What? What did I call? Game is Let me rename that. Okay. And fix this one. So we keep everything in order. Now we need to listen for that event. So we go to the panels manager on enable. Dot add listener. We want to do on game tick. Okay. Remove that. And remove that system from there. Okay, on game tick. Debug dot log is the game running, and then we do our event e dot games running, right? And that's gonna be true or false. So let's double check if we are good until that point. So looks like for some reason that's true already. So if I pause it, now it's false. Now it's back true. Okay, so the question is, why is the game running to begin with? Start game running, start game. That's gonna be system dot environment dot stack trace. Let's see who's calling this, because someone must be calling the game start, right? So there was no call. And that's already true. Yeah, so the call was here. Is there any tutorial for intermediate? The tutorials that I know, Hitmax, like, of course, besides the ones that you can find on Unity, the ones that you can find on YouTube will be Unity3D Learn tutorials. So they have these ones here. They don't actually put if this is if there's a. Oh, you did all of this already? Because I think, I don't know if you did, but where is it? There was the multiplayer. This one right here. This would be kind of like, I guess, intermediate, like tutorial with the networking and stuff. I don't know if you did this one. If you don't, do it. And by the way, here, if you go to this simple FPS multiplayer, this is actually that tutorial with a little bit of like different UI and stuff. That will be that one. 2 days ago. Let me see here. I remember someone sending, where is it? Someone sent me a link for a bunch of tutorials. Let me double check here. Maybe it's in this browser. 1 second, guys. Someone sent me there we go. Let's open. Yeah, that one. There's a bunch of stuff in there. So they have basics, mesh basics. If you want to play around with meshes, rendering. There's a lot of different stuff here. I'm probably gonna do some of these myself. Advanced rendering, hex map. That's pretty cool, actually. Roads. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff here. So then you have noises. Mr. Syrian, yeah, Brachis it's a good one too. You guys take a look in that one that Syrian posted. Partitioning space. They have a bunch of different stuff here. Older tutorials. So, yeah, guys, you can pick and choose wherever you want to do here. Okay, so let me find out. Unity 3D tutorial, they teach very basic multiplayer. Yeah, that it is true. I miss having more tutorials with more advanced network. Pretty much everything related with Unity network, I had to literally learn myself and look through source code, Unity source code and all that type of thing, and I learned it. So I'm still learning though, but to me, the lower level API, it makes more sense to me than the higher level API when working with Unity networking. I like the high level API is super easy. You just add tags and this and that and your code works. But I cannot wrap my head around how that magic happened. So the low level API, I understand better because I can see the code. I need to write more code for it, but at least I know what's happening, right? And yeah, all that stuff I had to learn myself. It's really difficult to find a tutorial with Unity that shows advanced stuff for networking. Let me do something here. Private bool. Oh, there we go. We are starting as a true. So let's do false. Now we are getting false. Now we are getting true. If I pause. Oh, there is that. I gotta go. Yeah, go for it. Thanks for stopping by, man. Huh. So when we click on the pause button, we need to actually send that info. Because when we click on pause, we are just setting the time scale to 0. On pause game. And then let's raise that event. Dot instance raise new. Game is running. I guess we can listen for this event. Panel manager. On game state. Let's see if we get that. Game is paused. I need to name my variables better. That's for sure. For me here is 9:02 p.m. on Wednesday night. So yeah, we are getting that. That's what we need. 3 p.m. Thursday? Dang. Let me take this thing out. I'm getting hot. 3 o'clock, man. I wish tomorrow I'm off tomorrow. It's 4 p.m. click rate for you? Damn, you guys are in the future. Brisbane. Okay, so let's do private void. Let's do toggle next round button with a Boolean state. So to disable that button for now, let me see here. The next round, let's add yeah, let's do that for now. Let's add a canvas group to it. And then let's do let me see your palm. My palm? My hand palm? I don't know if I understand what you're asking. So let's do private. Maybe sell we start after 1 p.m. Tomorrow, at least for us here in California, and I guess a lot of places on USA, it starts on Friday. Like some stores are opening like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And they are going to be open until, I don't know, very late. So that's normally the time. Canvas group. Next round. Group. Oh, you want to read the future? Do you think those things actually work? What does it say? What does my future say? Huh? What does it say? Do you need to see, like, I never went to those things. Did you guys went to those people that actually read your hand? Do you guys believe that would work? Private canvas group. Canvas group. I am from the future too. Your future says you implement an inventory system. Well, I did that one already. Maybe I'm gonna refactor. Maybe I'm gonna refactor my inventory system. That's more believable, right? Because I did it already. If equals to null, we're gonna say equals add component canvas group, oops, return that. Then let's go down here to our dot alpha equals state. Actually, state is 1, we do 1. If it's state 0, we do, well, if it's state false, we do 0. So if the game is running, we show that button. If the game's not running, we show 0. And then we do next canvas dot block raycasts equal state canvas group dot interactable state as well, right? That should do it. Is Silly Palm reading? So why is it not changing it? Panels manager. Okay, let's add a debug to it. What's the worst code you've seen that you can remember? The worst code. The worst code that I ever seen that I can remember. There is one that's my own code for probably 10 years ago. I look into it and I say, Jesus Lord, how did I even do this, right? I would never ever write that same code again in my life. That was horrible, but worked. By the time, with the knowledge that I had, it did what I wanted to do, right? But looking back, so it was a website that I made in PHP. And I remember I was looking through my backups and stuff that I had done. And I found that website that I had wrote like years and years ago. And I looked at code. That was terrible. But it worked. And with the knowledge that I had at that year, I probably was feeling good about it, right? And there's another code I'm trying to remember. I think was one of the customers that I had in my old job. So when I used to work as a full stack backend developer, our company used to work for other companies where we would take care of their websites, right? We would write their websites. We would add stuff to it. So there was this company, and they had this very, very old website. And actually, our company got hired to maintain their code. And dude, that was a nightmare. A nightmare. It was a website too, and there was HTML with PHP in the middle of it, with CSS altogether, pieces of JavaScript. So you had like 4 different things in one file, right? And then you had JavaScript all over the place. You had PHP everywhere, like in the views. Like there was no such a thing of like model view controller. Everything, like wherever they could put some PHP, they would throw some PHP in there, some Java in there, HTML, CSS, everything all together. That, I think that was worse than my own code, right? That was worse than my own code. Oh, I'm not calling the method, duh. That's why it's not doing anything. So, next button. And then let's do the same here. Game is paused. That's why nothing is working. Stanusho, welcome to the stream, man. Coding tells, yeah, man. Yeah, my own code from 10 years ago is just not good. But this is how it goes, right? I can bet you that 10 years from now, I'm gonna look back and say, oh my god, I would never write that code again. And right now, I feel really good about it, right? Z Goodfellas. What's up, my man? And I think that's pretty much what happens to any developer, right? Because at this moment, you have this knowledge, and everything you do, you think that's nice and that you're happy about it, but this is your knowledge, right? So 10 years from now, you're gonna know way more stuff. So wherever you're working with, if it's a website, if it's Unity, wherever it is, you're gonna get more knowledge. And then 10 years from now, you're gonna look old code and say, damn, I could have done that way better, right? I think that's for everything. Pause, there we go. Cool. Now it's going to be easy to implement the same thing for the start game button. So let's do the same here. Private canvas group. Canvas group. Let me copy all this so that okay, so we have the start and I guess the pause button. If the game is now running, we should remove the pause button as well. So let me copy this. This is gonna be pause game button. And where is the pause game button? Right here. Pause game button. So let's do this. Private void toggle canvas group, canvas group, canvas group. Let me see if this would work. I'm trying to make a method with this since we're gonna be calling it. So canvas group and bool, because we're gonna be calling this from the 3 button. So we could say toggle canvas group and then send this over in the state, right? So that's the next button. Now we need to do canvas group and this So the pause button would show if the game is running. So that's correct. So the next one, toggle start game, this is the opposite. So if the game is running, this should be false. If the game is not running, this should be on, right? Next round button. Pause button. Button. So let's see if that makes sense. When the viewer pauses, show full screen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that next, Mr. Syrian, because the entire idea here. So log in, I'm gonna show you. So let me pause, okay? When we are playing the game, these green tiles here, they are not going to be green, right? I'm just making them green now because it's easier for me to just go and mark them, right? But you would have to look for the numbers in the real game. And let's say if the timer is here and you click next, wherever was left of the time, it's going to be a bonus on top of the points that you make in that round. So let's say if I had clicked 21 and 41, I would get a bonus applied if I click next right now, right? And the bonus will be wherever is left of the time. So I could literally just unpause, let's say this one. Oh, that's correct. This one's not working.
My name is Jeff.
Z, Goodfellas. Dude.
My name is Jeff.
Z, Goodfellas, man. Thank you.
My name is Jeff.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, man. But 3 months? The bad song. You guys. So the thing is, if I would pause here, I could go and look for the numbers, right? And then unpause it, click the numbers really quick, and then go next. And we need to avoid that. And I know why this start game is not working. It doesn't have the canvas group. Right? Let's try again. Z, Goodfellas, my man. And why is my thing going insane? That's the next round. Another frame, yes. Thanks, man. Debug.log. Well, we have it. We have there. Double check that variable. The game is running true. What? Are you telling me this should be the opposite? I don't think that's right though. Yeah, yeah. That's the next thing I'm gonna do, return. Why is this? Why my next button's going away? Yeah, should not be, because if the game is running, so if this is true, oh, look at that, boys, look at that bug right there. I was just setting one button. Pause game panel. Pause game panel. Let's add canvas group. Let's try again. So what? My pause should be the opposite. In start game, when the game is not running. Yeah. So where's my pause button? Game is running true. Pause button. Oh boy. What am I doing? Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's go to our game manager here. On game pause. So we toggle this. Let's take a look in this event here. Go to definition. 5 references. Pause game, raise the event. And then the game manager is listening for it. Okay. Game state. And we set the time scale. So it should be working fine. Okay, so we pause. Oh, here's the thing. We need one more variable. One more variable. Because I don't want to start the game again, right? And start game here is not putting our buttons back. So let's copy this. On pause. Start game. Go to definition. And then right here, after we refresh the tiles, we do that. But we still need one more variable because we need to know if the game is running, but we need to know, is the game finished or not? Right? So pause. Yeah. Let's add that variable. Is game running? So let's do private boolean is game finished. And this will be a get. And we're going to return game is running. So if the game is running, it's not finished. Or if where am I counting the rounds? I'm gonna check if the rounds are done. Max score. Where is the variable? Set next round. Round count. So, or round count is greater than the variable is right there. Max rounds. So the game is finished if the game running, if the game is not running, is finished, or if the game is running but the round count is less or equal to the max rounds, right? Am I right, guys? So if the game is running, the game is not finished. If the game is not running, well, this is not gonna work though. Cannot be a or here. Because if the game is running, automatically we're gonna return so if we do a or like that, let's see in the update here. Debug.log is finished. Oh yeah, guys, if you guys wanna join the Discord, thanks, Master Syrian. I keep forgetting about it. Keep forgetting about it. The Discord. Good call. Is game finished? True. That's not true. So for the game to be finished, we need to do an end instead of an or. Where is it? So the round count should be greater or equal to max rounds. That's finished. Game is finished. Game is finished is still false. Am I doing this? Equals false. I think this is doing the inverse. This is what's driving me insane here. This game not finished should be true, right? Man, these booleans, they drive me insane. This game finished. Should be true though. This game finished is still false. What am I doing wrong here? So let's do where is our debug here? So the game must be running and the rounds is the game finished false. What? Is game finished? Do we have rounds left? This should be true. By the way, Syrian, did you figure out your password for Discord? Or you still could not get into it? Count. I still don't know maximum attack. So the maximum attack is the maximum that you can attack the boss with. So let's say this boss, Claycree, right? He has 264 HP, right? And your maximum attack is 237, right? So that will be your maximum attack, no matter which boss. But the boss itself has the maximum attack that it can take. So Claycree, maximum attack that you can do is 132. So even though your maximum attack is 237, you can only attack Claycree with 132, right? So that means you could actually go against higher level bosses because you have the maximum attack that would be greater, right? But since Claycree is level 42, everyone can only attack him with 132. And this is to avoid like one hit kill, right? Because Claycree is 264. If you could use all your power, you would probably almost kill him with one hit. So that's why the boss has its own maximum attack, so at least it will take like 2 hits to kill him. That's how it works. Right? I'll fix that later. Hopefully that makes sense, Hitmax. Round count. Or her, yeah. Exactly. Round count, max rounds. Okay, that makes sense. So that's running. Is game finished? So the round count is less. So that's correct. Man, that drive me insane, these booleans, like when they get. Is game over? No more rounds. Okay, let's check that. Both sexes, dudes. I guess. Well, I see people saying like there's a bunch of like guys and girls and they just say, "Hey guys," and everybody look at it, right? So I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, what's that?" That's is game over, normal rounds, false. Okay, that's eight. Okay, let's wait for that one. Okay. So let's rename this. Let's rename this to have rounds left. Right? Have rounds left. So is game going? Is going to be game is running and this is gonna be an or. So if the game is running or we have rounds left, the game is going. Is game going? False. Is game going through? Okay, now I fixed my Boolean mess. 19. Is game going through? If I pause, is game going? False. Why is it false? I should have rounds left. Yeah, my Boolean, dude, I must be tired because I'm not seeing adventure. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let's do. Do I have rounds left? I am probably confusing myself in there. Do I have rounds left? Okay. That's the problem. Oh, you're doing an app? Yeah, I'm done. I'm just adventure. I'm just creating this little app. This is going to be connected to the stream. So it's just a little fun game that I'm doing. I never did any type of mobile app. I did some little games before, like 2 years ago. But this little game that we are building now is just for the stream and for us to have fun. The game that I'm actually working on is a survival multiplayer. Just taking a break from it now, but as soon as I get this going, I'm gonna go back and start working on that one. So just taking a break and building this little mobile app here. Do I have... Okay. Why is it giving me false? Is game going through? Okay. Where's my variable? Have rounds left. Is less. Now we can go and fix these booleans, man. I named them the opposite what I'm looking for, and then I get confused. So now it should do it. Right? So, is the game going means that the game must be running, or if the game is not running, it's because the game is paused. But if we still have rounds left, means that the game's still going, right? Let's see if that goes. Now I think I got my booleans straight. So is game going through? So next until round 19. So if I pause, is game going through? Okay, so let's do one without pausing. So we know that it's working, we just need to fix the UI, right? Then let's go to the 19. Okay. Yeah, that's random. In the bottom, yeah. So the game's going through. And the game going is still true. Serializer. Welcome to the stream, man. What kind of a strange game is this? Keyboard? Welcome to the stream, man. I was just telling the guys, this is just a mobile game that is going to be connected to the stream. So you guys will be able to play it while I'm streaming, and even when I'm not streaming, you guys will be able to play it. But if I am streaming and you guys are playing, overlays would pop up when you beat the score and that type of thing. The game that I actually work on for real is this one here. Psycho. Welcome, man. I can show you guys really quick. So the game that I'm working on is a multiplayer survival game. I'm taking a break of that game and then just creating this little mobile thing so I can refresh my mind a little bit. I can show you guys as soon as Unity opens up here. So this is actually the game that I work on. And it takes forever just to start up. That's the... It's loading, guys, believe me. And I need to fix all those issues in the beginning. So there's a couple of bugs I need to fix, but pretty much the base of it is done. So we have the inventory here. We have the crafting system. So if you go to these barrels right here, I can pick up stuff, and these blue ones, they are blueprints, right? As you collect them, when you click use, you're gonna be unlocking the crafting system here, right? So when you have a red, it's because it's still locked. So if I go, let me see if I got something different here. No, it's still. But let's say if I do base building and I click, it goes to the crafting queue. Of course, right now it crafts really, really fast, but I could actually put this thing down. And this is the base building, right? So let me see if I can do a wall here. Do I even have, so craft, adventure. Thanks for the follow, man. Did I got that to craft? There we go. Now it's crafting. So can put this down, craft. That's base building. That's basic stuff, right, guys? And then you can do campfire. Of course, that everything now to craft is just one wood, right? I don't want to be having to be looking for stuff, right? To be able to test my game. So everything is one wood. You can put stuff in there. You put raw meat. That should start cooking and generating charcoal here. And if you destroy it, everything that's in the campfire, you should be able to get it back. There is that. Let me see here. Keyboard. It's Rust-like. Yeah, man, it's really like Rust-like. At least this part, right? So you can get some rocks here. Let me see my sniper. Yeah, we have the sniper, and this is what I'm working on for reals. Just taking a break from it. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in it, but it's still, there is a lot of features that I want to implement. So basically what I want from Rust is the survival part of it, the building of it. So that's what I want from Rust, right? And this is what I'm implementing now, the survival aspect of it and the base building. And then I want to do, I don't know if you guys played Planet Side 2. So in Planet Side 2, you have a map and you need to conquer territories and you need to defend them. So that's the next thing I'm going to implement. So instead of Rust, that it's more like just raiding other people, this game is going to be more, yes, you're going to have to raid people to actually advance your territory, but the main goal is to dominate the map and you need to defend your territory, and the other guys will try to defend their territory as well, right? So it's kind of like more territory based type of thing. And there's a bunch of other features that I want to add from Destiny. There's some features that I want to add from Arc, but those are going to be in the very, very future, right? Because I need to add like little by little. I'm just one person working on it, so it takes a while. But the features that I want to add from Destiny, if you guys play Destiny, you know that you get encrypted items sometimes, and then you take to the tower for the Cryptarch, decrypt those items. So it's kind of the same idea, but instead of taking to the Cryptarch, you would have to craft a decryption table, right? Or it will be like a decryption table or a 3D printer or something like that, that you would be able to decrypt the item, and then you would be able to craft one. Yeah, there's so much stuff that I want to add to it. I don't talk much about the features that I want to add because they are not here yet. So I don't want to hype you guys up and then you guys, oh, it's gonna have this and that. So I normally only talk about the features that I want to implement when I'm working on them, because for sure we know that's gonna be in the game, right? So at this point, it's just basically survival and crafting and base building. That's pretty much what the game is about at this point, until I start implementing the territory feature for it. But yeah, this is how far we are. And if you drink stuff, your water here should go up. So, and if you eat stuff, your hungry should go up. Actually go down, but it goes up, right? But that's pretty much the game, guys. That's it. Hopefully you guys like it. Congrats on it so far. Thanks, keyboard. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it takes a long time because one person working like every little feature that you want to add to the game, it feels that takes forever to finish. And I was working in the, I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I was working on a bunch of stuff related with like networking, and that's just crazy stuff. So I was getting burned out. I say, you know, I'm going to take a break from the game. I'm going to create a crazy game so we can play on mobile or have fun with it. And then at least I take like a week or two off of the game and then I go back to it. I already miss working in a game, but you know, after we're done with this, we can go back to it. So I want to go. What I'm thinking here, guys, is that I'm going to create a class for this, because now we have rounds left and games running, and this is kind of some sort of the game state, right? And I probably want more variables for the game state, right? Is the game paused? Is not paused? Like which round we are on? If it's paused, how much time has passed in that round? So all those variables you're gonna need at some point. So I'm gonna create a class to hold that information right now. So system, let's create a class here and let's call it game state. Data. Oh, I have game state data. Duh. I must have created that one. So delete this. So looks like I had jackpot, max score. Let's do public int, oops, public bool. Public bool is game running. Public bool. How How did I call? Have rounds left. Have rounds left. Okay, let's see if this is still working with my socket IO. Because I remember now, this is being used by the socket IO. So the bot would be sending the jackpot and the max score. So the way that would work would be like this. You guys are playing it. As soon as you beat the max score, you would send a message to the bot and say, hey, this was my score, right? Like, you don't know at that point if you beat the score. You know because you would see in the UI, but the game will just send your points every time you finish a game. The mobile, wherever it's running, it's gonna send a message to the bot and say, this person so-and-so just finished the game and this is his score. The bot would match that score against the max score. If your score was greater, then the bot would automatically send a message back, and your game would update automatically that you just took the max score, and the bot would show a overlay in the stream. So at least I was using this chew here. So let's see if adding this chew is not going to break my socket IO, because we are talking with the bot through socket IO. Looks like it's fine. Because see, this is, if I log in, if I click start, see that jackpot, it says 25,000 and max score says 5,200, right? So if we take a look in the bot here, I am hard coding that information in here. So the bot is sending back the game state, and I'm telling the game at this point that the jackpot is 2,500 and the max score is 5,200. Of course, that this would be coming from the database here in the bot, right? I would look it up the database, say, hey, what's the jackpot, what's the max score, and then send it over to whoever is playing the game. So that's how it would work. And that's why you get that information in there, because as soon as we start the game here, through sockets, we are communicating with the bot already. So it looks like we are good. Nothing got broken. And now we have an event game state, maybe. Yeah, so see that I was passing here the boolean. Now we're gonna have, instead of a boolean, we're going to have game state data. Oops, damn, wrong button. Game state data. Game state data. So now this event would be carrying wherever that game state data has on it. So if we need to add more variables, we can just go to the definition, add in here, and that's gonna be passed automatically when the event gets called. So let me save and go back to Unity so we can see where it breaks. There we go. So game is running. This is the game manager. So we need a variable here that is private state data that. And game is running is out of it because we're gonna be using that. And we also need, in our game manager, we need these two variables, max rounds and round count. So int max rounds public max round whatever, what's the other one? Round count. And then is game running, return the same thing that we are returning here, right? Return that. Oops. Wrong variable. Is game running? What did we call this? Have rounds left. Have rounds left. And then rounds count. Max rounds is equal to 20. That looks like it's going to work. And then we need to remove this round count and max rounds. So let's move these variables first. And then after, probably we're going to be moving all these variables to that game state data, right? And this is going to be super cool because we could have a game, and as soon as we inject the game data, that could change completely. So let's say it's kind of like a save mechanism where, let's say if you're on, if it was not a mobile game, let's say it was a PC game, right? And then you stop playing on round 5, and we would have like save game state. We could load that game state, and because we would have all the data, we could put the board back, we could put all the clicks that you marked back, we could you know, restore per se the game state just with the game data. So let's go back here, go back to Unity and see. Now we probably have a bunch of stuff missing, and those things we need to now get from here. Game is running. Okay. Why is it? Oh, we actually need the game state data now in that event, right? So now we just pass the entire game state here. So that Game state data dot round count. Max rounds. Like that. Round count. Okay. And one more. Okay, let's see if there's anything else we need to fix here. Not that one. So there's two more. So now, remember that we are just passing the boolean, but now we have dot game state data. Game is paused. Okay, so we need to add that in there. So game is paused. Let's go to our game manager. Let's do private boolean let me see here, because is paused. I am checking that based on the time scale. So if the time scale is 0, means that the game is paused. If the time scale is 1, the game, it's not paused. But the thing is, we don't have this time scale inside our state class. Game is paused. So we need a way to tell. So let's do bool equals to that. Return is paused, but let's do this. The game state data dot where is the data? Right here. Public bool is game paused. Equals let's do that. State data dot is paused. Mr. Solomas, thanks for the follow, man. So let's do that. I think I'm gonna have to change this at some point because we have game is running, and we have is game paused, and we have rounds left. So I need to come up with a way of removing some of these booleans here, because at this point I just want to know two things. I want to know if the game is running or not, but I need to know if the game is paused or not, right? And one way to know if the game, because if the game is paused, the game is not running, right? But if we have rounds left, it means it's not running, so it could be paused. So this is kind of like some booleans I could remove from here, from that checking. Right? Maybe I have that answer there. Answer. Okay, let's see if we are missing something else. Is game paused? Where is the file? Okay, I think now we are good. Let's see if I didn't broke anything. Max! Dude! Did I miss when Hitmax left? Because I just looked the chat right now. He's saying goodnight. Sorry, Max. Have a good one, man. Okay. So that means something. Let's go to our game manager. Means that this is null. So we do if the game is equal to null, at least for now. Let's say the state data is equal to nil. That this should never be the case. We always should have a game state data here before we use it, right? So when we are logging in to the game, just after that we should be creating the data. So let's, yeah, there we go. So we log in. At this point here, we should be creating the game data, right? And we have the problem here with the thingamajigger here. Okay, we still have some work to do in this UI though. But let's do this. Let's remove this for now, because that's not the place for it. If we don't have the game state data here when we need it, it means that it fell somewhere else already. Game state data. So let's take a look in our little API here. There we go. Remove user XP. This is what does the communication between the game and the bot on the stream, right? Request game state. So when we request game state, we ask the bot, hey, give me the state of the game. And we should have on game state received. So when the bot sends the information back from here, build a new game state bot data. So this is already being done right here, game state data, right? So this is being done here. Of course, that the bot at this point, the bot's just sending two variables, right? The jackpot and the max score. But all the variables, they would be sent by the bot. So we are raising event game state received. So in the game manager, game state received. So we're gonna say game state data is equal to event.gameData. Let's go here and do a set. Private set state data equals value. Oh, I don't need the private. We are private already. So save that. So as soon as we receive that event, because the API is gonna be talking with the bot, right? And then as soon as we receive that, we're gonna fire an event, and the event system works internally in the game, right? And this socket IO here works between game and bot, if that makes sense. So as soon as we get the state from the bot, we're gonna be setting that. Let's see if that flies. No, looks like we are asking that way before returning player. One reference. Serializer, dude. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Jump in the shower. Yeah, man. Go for it. Thanks for stopping by, man. Really do. By the way, if you want to join our Discord, here you go, man. If you do that type of thing. So who is... So the player... Okay, the player is being requested, but we are just stubbing one, and the stub here is this player. Okay. Game state received. I think I know what the problem is. So if we go to the game manager, the problem is on start, we are starting the game tick is running so let me just check my update loop here. Yeah, so this one is breaking. This debug log here is breaking because the update's running and we didn't got our game state yet. Let's see. Game manager 117. Oh. So the game takes messing up. So if it's different than null, do that. There we go. Now when we start the game, what? 132. Start game. We need to request. Let me see if this is not being requested. Bug.log. It should be requested. If it's not, so after login, we should be requesting that. Start game. So right after we start the game, we are receiving the state. So we need to move that before this call right here. So after login, on login click, let's do that. So after we log in, let me do on login click, and then on login authorized. So after the login is authorized, we're gonna call and ask for the game state. So if you log in successfully into the bot, we're gonna say, okay, give me the game state. And the game state would be like, you know, the jackpot, the max amount, all the other variables. Let's say the round, all those things, games running, that's gonna be local for your game. But what's coming from the bot will be the jackpot and things that are the same for everybody, right? So if we go to the game state data here, global, this is global variables, and these are local variables, right? If the game is running or not, it's just in your device, right? Same thing for those and for those. That's what I mean. So let's see if that works. So after we log in here, receive game state from Twitch bot. Is the game running? False. That's correct. Now we start the game and then everybody works. Everybody works, everything works. But we are missing our button here. So let's go back to the game manager and on game state received, go to the definition, and we need to do state data is equal to, there's some variables here that I need to set. have rounds left. That should work. Rounds count equals 0. It would be 0, but so that means that that will be true. I need to set this variable, is game paused. So game pause is equal to that's the time scale that we don't have there. Is paused. So there. What's the other variable that we need set? Game's running. So equals at this point let me see here. Let's see if that is paused. Already does the job. Because we should be setting is running on game pause, game is running, we toggle here. And we toggle the time scale here based on the game running. So let's see if that does it. And this should be moved to the panel manager, like the UI manager. So the next button is not showing up. So panels manager. On game state. Let's go back to the game manager. And let's broadcast that state when we receive the data. Game over. We probably need to add that game state here. So in the future, we're probably gonna remove this game over and have a boolean in there that's gonna check if the game's over or not, right? Because now we have different events that we could be using the game state to check if the game is over or not. So we're probably gonna have remove this and just send an event with the game state, and everybody that's listening for it, as soon as it receives it, it would check and say, okay, it's game over now. Like we are doing here, when we pause the game, we say, hey, the game state changed, so let's raise that. And we could even for every variable here, if we wanted to, we could. So every time that we would set this variable, right? Not this one, for instance, but let's say the max rounds. We could have public int max rounds, and then a get and return max rounds. And then when we set, we can say event messenger dot instance dot raise new, and that's going to be event game state, and then we would send this, right? And one more here, I guess. What do I don't have that? Event game state. And like a method. Wait a second. Value. Event system. Yeah, I need to see why is this causing the error, but this would be way better of doing it, because every time that this would change anywhere, automatically we would be sending the event, right, for any variable. Dr. Argus, welcome, man. Yeah, that's one idea. Probably gonna have to work on that later. So we were trying to do, what was it? We want to add this on authenticated, on received, and then right here the game state. Yep, we wanted that event in there. Hate Max, got to be the boss. Why is my next button not showing anymore? That's what I'm thinking about. Why is it not showing anymore? Game state, panels manager, on game state is paused. So that's not being updated. Let me recover. So is game paused? Is game paused is being set. The max score. Let me do one thing really quick here. I don't want to use, I was trying not to use the update method at all, right? I'm gonna put in there, but maybe I can get away with it because the game, it's not using, I was trying to make this game without using the update at all for the game, right? The only thing that I was using the update for is to fill the bar. Everything else would just work through events and pretty much events. Everything that happens in the game would fire an event and everybody else would be listening for wherever the events that they care about to do things, right? So when you click on a tile, fires an event. The tile manager, the panel manager, UI manager, listen for those clicks and say, okay, you just click this button, that button, this is what should happen, right? So this is pretty much the entire code that runs in the update. And I was looking, so if we go, where is it? Window. Oh boy, I must be tired. Let's go back to Unity. Profiler. So let me push play here. I was trying to do like 0 allocations for everything, right? So looks like here in the update, I am allocating some stuff. Trace utility. So are we having an exception? Yes, we are. Dang. I was trying to do this game with like 0 allocations at all. And so the goal was build the game with 0 allocations. So no garbage collection at all. And not using the update loop at all, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get away without not using the update loop. So is paused. Okay, so we need, at least let's go back to that idea. So if the game state data equals to null, the game state data, actually, let's not do that. Don't like that. Can I sell Unity assets or scene if I had more features on them? I don't think you can, Hitmax. You're talking about buy one asset, doing changes. I'm getting tired. Buy an asset, doing changes on it, and then reselling. I don't think you can. I think it needs to be, everything needs to be done from scratch by you. I think. I'm not sure. Right? But I think, I don't know what you guys think, but I don't know the license on them. Let me know if you guys know, but I would imagine that the asset would have to be created entirely by you. On Unity tutorial set. Yeah, I'm not sure. If you guys know, let us know. Let's see now. Yeah, doctor, because imagine, let's say that there is one asset in there, like FPS player or something. Let's imagine one of those big assets that they have in the asset store, UFPS or something. Imagine if someone got that asset, added, I don't know, crafting, and then reposted that for sale. I don't think you can do that, right? Even though you changed it and you added something, I don't think you can. Like, I would be surprised if you could do that. Then it would be like green light, right? It would be like green light, but on the asset store. People are just gonna be doing flips of packages. Oh, I got this package. I'm gonna change the textures. I'm gonna repost as mine, right? An existing asset, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be like green light on Unity Asset Store. Oh yeah, boys. Let's do it. So now it's running. Let's take a look in the profiler. So 0, and I have 20 bytes here. Where is that 20 bytes is coming from? See, everything is 0, is not allocating nothing besides these 20 bytes here. Now it's 0, but let me try. Is it playing? Yeah. It's 0 bytes. Now it's 0, but there was 20 bytes before. Where that came from? And then initialization, player update time. Yeah, 0 allocations at this point. But we are using the update. I want to see if I can get a way of maybe doing something else to update the filling bar. And the filling bar is in there just for that. Watch. That's the update. So see this bar here? That's what I'm using the update for. Right? Because like I want like a smooth bar. That's all it is. The important thing is that even if they allow it, reputation will be ruined. Yeah, that's for sure. For sure, man. And make a game without making many changes. Yeah, this is what they call the flips on the on Steam, right? Because what happens on Steam is you get those packages from the asset store that they are pretty much the entire game in there, right? And you go and change the textures, this and that, and you put that on Steam and you say, oh, I just made a game. So yeah, set flip, yeah. I don't want to mess with Unity. Yeah, so I would imagine don't do it. Even if they allow you, I agree with Doctor and Syrian. Don't do it. The community, they would say like, dude, what you're doing, right? Even if they allow, don't do it. You're gonna get hammered. Let me remove that. Now I need to check why is my button not showing. So this next button here. Damn. Mr. Syrian is getting nervous with Hitmax. See my next button here? It's not going. Where is our panels manager? We are on it. Never mind. Dr. Argus. Thanks for the XP, man. 667? Damn. Two references. On game state. On. Let's go to our game manager here and double check those. Game tick. And this is another one, like this game tick should send the game state. So the game tick should go away and the game over event should go away. We can tell if the game is running or not based on the state of the game, right? So right here, it should be a game state. Game over. Let me do this. Let me delete that. Delete that event. Event game over. Delete. Okay. So the tiles manager is looking for that. Okay. Game manager. We're gonna do messenger dot instance dot raise new event game state that. And then the tiles manager event game state on game state. On game state. And then here, when is the game over? And that would be if e dot game data dot has have rounds left is equal to false. That will be game over, right? So if you don't have more rounds, the game is over. Game's over, bro. Can I play counterattack? Well, after they recover, you can attack them, but while they are attacking you, you cannot do anything. Black Friday sell. Oh, that's cool. Everything I looked. $10. $10 is not bad, man. Okay. Until we fix... Dude, I was hearing the slot machine and I push stop in the game and say, how the game's playing the sound? If I just stopped. Let's go to the panels manager. Let's do .log will show next round button. And then let's do state. No credit card, debit card. Okay, login. Start game. Will next round be false? So we may be calling that event with the wrong state here. And why we are calling that? That's the game tick. So the game tick is another one that we're going to be removing right now. And that's going to be the game state. Delete that guy. We need to use as little states as we can. So in the game manager, right here, So if we have the game data, we're gonna say event messenger dot instance dot raise new event game state data, and then we're gonna remove this. Right? Did you start those files from something else? Yeah, the only thing, there's two things here that I did not started from scratch. And by the way, Serializer, dude, welcome back. There's two things that I did not started from scratch. So the first thing, I'm using the event system that is the same event system that I'm using for my game. So the item system, if you guys don't know, this is the same item system that I use in the survival game that I'm building. I made it open source, the item system. So if you go to item system, assets, and you go to events, I just copied this entire folder and I put in the project. So if you guys want to check that out. So I did that. The other thing that I did not started from scratch is this asset store. That would be Socket.io. This little project right here. Everything else, it's from scratch. I guess if you guys go back on the VODs for the stream, you can see that I started with an empty project. So those are the two things that, you know, after building and working for a little bit, I pulled the events. I think the events was pretty much right there when I started. I went to my GitHub and I did that. Because one, I wanted 0 allocations. The goal of this project was one, take a break from the multiplayer survival, so taking a break from the game. And then the other two goals with this game was not use the update method from Unity at all. I'm using for the bar, but maybe I can change that. And I wanted the game to work with events everywhere. So the game would just be sitting in there, and as soon as something happens, an event is triggered. So the game is pretty much based on all in events. So event tick, that's gonna be on game tick. Let's remove that. And see, that's duplication. And remove that because we are doing the same exact thing in there. So let's see if that flies. Profiler. So we are having 0 allocations here, right? Let me start the game. Let's see if I can put this aside. So we have, what was that? I saw it. I think it was 48 bytes. Start game. So we had 48 bytes from somewhere, and now we have 20 bytes, right? So while the game is running, everything is 0. There is no allocations at all. The only is this 20 bytes here. I may be able to see why that's happening. So now it dropped to 0. Yeah. So I think that allocation, that 20 bytes, I think is related with in our game manager. I think that 20 bytes is being allocated by this guy. This one? Yeah, I think that's being allocated by this. Is one of these coroutines here. But I need to have the coroutine, or I need to use the update, right? So this is the entire update for that game, and the only thing that's doing is for the percent bar, right? Because if I don't do on the update, the percent bar would be not really like smooth, like going smooth like this. It would be like updating, like, you know. That's why I'm using the update. So maybe, I guess, I could refactor this and move this to the update method, but then I'm gonna be using the update, right? You can animate it. I could, but the thing is, I wanted that bar to actually represent the time, right? I could animate somehow, I guess. I probably could, and maybe do some sort of scripting on it, because if I change the round time, that's 20, I could have some sort of scripting that would change the speed of the animation, kind of like recalculate, and then, okay, if we move from 20 to 40, that would recalculate and change the speed animation, maybe. Animations are already over time, yeah. So I could do that. But it's almost, man, almost 0 allocations. Window. So if we go profiler, so see, there's 0 allocations. 0, 0, 0. Because we are not running the coroutines. So there's nothing being allocated. As soon as we log in, we have a spike. I need to see what was that spike. But I imagine that those are variables that they would be allocated, but they're not gonna be, you know, we need to have some memory in the game to play. Yeah, I don't know why that will be allocating CG in there. And then when I play the game, I have this oh, it went away. So if I put, oh, if I put the mouse over the UI, script run behavior update. Maybe this bar here. Does the bar, 1 second. Let me take a look in that bar. Slide bar. Image, raycast target. Let's disable that. So that could be it. That could be that it was searching for the raycast of the mouse. Let's try again. Profiler. Can you guys see the allocations here? Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. So 48, where is it? Damn, that's the UI. So looks like if you have the mouse over the UI and you have the raycast. Yeah, so these guys have a raycast. If I put in a bar, it still have it. If I take it away, it goes away. So that 48 bytes, do you guys know why we get those 48 bytes allocated? And there's a way to not have that? Because as soon as I put the mouse over, it allocates 48 bytes. If I take the mouse away, it goes away. Do you guys know if there is a way to get rid of that allocation? Yeah, it's raycasting something. Let me try. Let's investigate. 48 bytes. Behavior update. Event system. Yeah. That's coming from the event system from the canvas. About on Discord, yeah. To be a mobile game. I think it does, Doctor, because you don't have the mouse, but then you would have the touch. Man. 48 bytes. Event system update. $48. Allocation. I don't know if that's something that we can remove it. Let me stop this. So if I do... That's coming from here. And that's the event system. Input mobile. So if I disable the event system, can I still play the game? Did Unity crashed on me? Yeah, Unity just crashed. Where is it, Unity here? Dang, son. I love about this community. Different tools. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Is 48 relevant? No, it's not. But that's the point. I was trying to do this game 0 allocations at all. Right? Let's see if we can do it. It doesn't... It's nothing. Like 48 bytes is nothing. But let's see if we can do it. Right? Can I play it? Oh, there we go. So if you don't have the event system, you don't have UI, bro. You don't have UI. Now we have click. Pause game panel. Now since Unity crashed, I lost all my pause. Let's do canvas group. Start canvas group. Next round. Canvas group. Okay. I think we are good. So yeah, we cannot disable that. We cannot. Send navigation events. Serialization, yeah. Send to Mr. Syrian, or send it to me. Whisper to me the link, and then I can copy and paste in the chat. So the game's there. Window. Profiler. So we have that 20 bytes. Delayed dynamic frame rate. Okay, that's probably related with VSync maybe? Not sure. So if I put this over, do we still have the 48 going? Yeah, we still have the 48 in there. Behavior update. And that's the event system update. Makes a raycast. Yeah. Let me see. Let me double check something here. If we go to canvas. Oh, it's not pixel perfect. Because I remember people talking about this pixel perfect here. Creating GC. Let's try check mark it. Profiler. Yeah, it's still the 48 is in there. And we have 20 here. And the 48 is just when I put the mouse over. I don't know if we're gonna be able to remove that, guys. That's some Unity generating that. Save a lot. How do you whisper? Oh, you can do /. Yeah, you can do /W and then the person's link. So do / and then select the person's name. Just after you press space, you should see the person's name in there. Okay. Let's just stop with that because I don't know if we're gonna be... If you guys figured it out, a way to remove those allocations, let me know. But it's pretty nothing, right? There is nothing being allocated. Let me go here. I had a debug log going here. So I can remove this. I got your link, serializer. Thanks, Mr. Syrian. Target frame rate. So see, that's one. That's one that I think is related with VSync. That I have. But it's like minimum. It's like 20 bytes, right? But I don't have rigid body 2D. The garbage collector. That's what we're trying to do. Using for each will allocate 32 bytes of memory. That should be fixed. That should be fixed already, no? Let me look my tiles here. So I'm using a 4. Do I have a for each anywhere? That's a 4. That's a 4. For loop. For loop. I don't think I'm using for each anywhere. That's a 4. That's a 4. It's for loops everywhere, guys. I'm telling you. But that should be fixed already. Tiles manager. Let me see what else. Concatenation. I have some string concatenation. CPU usage. Login. It could be because of my debug logs. Global illumination, I don't even. Color depth of buffer. Quality settings could be, but canvas and event system. Canvas, graphics raycaster. Right shaders. I don't know if we're gonna get rid of all those 48 bytes though. Nothing there. Game manager. Let's see here. I probably am getting some allocations because of this enumerator here. Talks about untoggling raycast for UI elements. You don't want to click the event system. Right. That's one thing I could go and look. That could be it. So main panel. That doesn't need background. That doesn't need game container. There's nothing here besides the canvas, but that one I can toggle on and off. Text. Rich text. Raycast target. Nope. I need that actually. Remove that. I need the other one. Score text. Nope. Rounds panel. Nope. Numbers panel. That does not need raycasting. These guys do need raycast. Rufflers panel. Nope. These guys, they actually don't need raycast. Next round, this one needs it. The text. Here's the question. I think the text needs to have a raycast in this instance because I guess because the text is over the panel. I can try to disable and see what happens. Start game, text, disable, pause, text, disable. Let me disable the main menu. Disable that. Login panel. No raycast on it. Form. No raycast. Don't need raycast on that one. Username we do. password we do. Login button. Nope. Start game panel. Nope. Start game button. Let's remove from the text. Managers, those are all empty objects. Yeah, so let's just do one more change here. In our panels manager, just for now, let's comment this out until we fix this state. Yeah, let's see if that decreases a little bit. I don't think so, but maybe we'll do it. The 48's in there. See the 48? 48 bytes and 20 bytes is still being allocated. The 20 bytes is the frame rate, so it's probably because of the VSync. But the 48, why is that 48? That's the event system. That's the event system. But if we don't have event system, we don't have click. But not in the background? What do you mean, but not in the background? Damn. No, this slider. Where is this slider here? Slider bar. Nope. There's no raycast on it. Background, no raycast on it. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we're gonna be able to remove that. And dude, it's 11:30 already. I need to go, guys. We're probably gonna be working on it. I'm gonna update you guys through Discord. If you guys are not in our Discord, if you want to join, that's the link. Because Friday, I don't know if I'm working until 8:30. Oh, it's 8:30 a.m. for you? Yeah, I don't know if Friday I'm gonna be working until 8:30 or 9, but I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. If I'm going to stream late, I let you guys know on Discord. And if I'm too tired or if I'm not gonna get home on time for some reason, I let you guys know on the Discord as well. Okay, guys? Yeah, and but that's for Friday, right? Let me see if we have someone here we can host. Who is it? Who is someone that we could host here? There's not much people streaming. The return. See, guys. Yeah, I don't see anyone to stream here, guys. So I'm just gonna play one more song and then call it. But see you guys Friday. If I don't see you guys Friday, I let you know on Discord. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. Check out Let's Encrypt. I'm gonna check that out. I got the whisper from Syrian, so I'm gonna check that out as soon as I finish here. Syrian, yeah, thanks everybody. I really do appreciate everybody watching. I really do. See you guys Friday, maybe. I love you all. Bye bye, guys. Take care and be careful on Black Friday. Don't spend too much on it. Don't spend too much money on it. See you guys. Bye bye.